Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. Go to our website, StockBookie.com, and sign up for a free membership if you like my videos. We'll be doing live streaming and some possible trade alerts as well. All right, let's get right into the daily SPY. And, I took some of the lines out of here. We didn't need all of them, but I just wanted to show you. We're above the MA still. This was the big trend line coming back here. So I wanted to put that one in there. That one's important. That's where we made the new all-time high right there. And the symmetry of this is pretty nice as well. So if we want to put a line down here too, this is going to be a good support area. So if the markets do come down in this area, we will be looking for an area for a bounce. I'm thinking gap window, maybe gap fill if we do come in this area. But look at the symmetry, guys. It goes up, comes in, goes up, and now it's kind of chopping around. I'm still thinking a little more downside. I would love to see the 200 moving average, but we'll see if that's what we get. But if we do channel, that's the next move down, unless it just keeps going sideways and this, slowly, this will curl up, guys. Into price. So let's draw this one all the way out. So it won't even be in the price, and that's right around 5/1 of 2017. So if this goes sideways, but even if this comes back in, we'll probably come in at 215, and then we'll see where the 200 moving average is here. But right now, bullish pattern above the MAs. If we're moving up, then I'd expect this upper trend line here. Let's draw this one. Let's bring it down. I'm going to do a little more work. This is what we do in the live session, guys. So if you haven't had one of those, sign up. I'm going to post a email where I'm going live, and I'm going to try to do more specific times, whether it's live in the markets or live just where you guys ask me questions and where stocks might go. Just have a little bit of fun and try to find some good trades out there. So, if we still, if we start consolidating, start moving up, I mean, you're looking at 232, 33, and then, I'd say 235 at that point. And if this pattern fails, then again, down into this trend line somewhere, we'll probably be looking for a bounce. This is your key. If you break this trend line, then of course you're going to get lower prices, but then you're going to start filling some of these gaps too on the way down. So if this gives out with the 200 MA, be careful if you are long. If you are long and want this thing to go up, you need to get above this area right here. There was another. I don't know if they're okay, because that one was from here. All right, let's go to the weekly chart. Weekly chart, same thing. You pull this back, and that's pretty much your big area. If you go back a lot further, we did connect this high here from the 2007 through that high pivot here, which is crazy. The technicals are crazy, guys. So we go through the high from there, the high from here. Look where it goes, and you just can't make this stuff up. Is that coincidence? Maybe. You did have this little bit. You had this high pivot through here, where you had a trend line there, but then around the 230 area too. That's just a big round number as well. So, and then as this thing curls up, this trend line here, but there's a lot of resistance up there. So, and then if you won't, this is what we do too in the live session, guys. We'll put the fib in there so you have some more support down in here. So just a couple different things to look for. But on the weekly chart, nothing wrong. Everything looks great. Rock and roll, guys. Let's go to the IWM. IWM weekly chart, fine. We're above the MAs. A little bit bullish pattern, slightly bearish in here too. You got to look for that. As long as we stay above this green bar here around 132, this one's fine. We start slipping, then you're looking for the 20 MA support, gap fill support. If you want to, if you're bullish, you need to get above the 140 area and then have some continuation. Daily chart on the IWM, nothing wrong. Same thing. Still above the 50 and the 20. Being below the 20 is a little bit weak, and I like the pattern here, a little choppy, sloppy channel. Do we hold the bottom channel and go up and through it, or do we crack through the bottom and go lower? That's the question. So right now, as long as we're above the 50, the IWM's okay as well. Let's look into the Qs. Qs daily above this trend line still, and kind of just floating. The volume kind of just getting a little bit light. We had decent on Friday, with the inauguration and everything. But slowly going up. We cracked above the high, got above it again. Let's see, did we close? No, so we got above the high. We didn't close above it, so still, again, bullish above the MAs, but I'm not a buyer up here, guys, on any of these indexes up here. That's me. So if they go up higher, they're going up without me. That's the way I look at it. Weekly chart, and then earnings are coming up too, so you got to keep an eye. If all the techs have good earnings, then this will probably go higher. Where? Maybe 120, I'd say 130 maybe. We got to get past 125 first, the big quarter number. And if we could get past that and through that, then we'll see if we do to go to the 130 number or so. Weekly chart, again, we're above the trend line. As long as we stay above here, we're going to know more next week. But this close was not bad at all. It's still bullish above the MAs, all that good stuff, guys. Nothing to worry about. Keep an eye on volume, though. Volume starts picking up, then you might possibly see some more selling in these markets. Weekly chart on the DIA, a little bit of a rounded top. As long as you stay below this pivot, which is around Dow 20,000, you're fine. If you get above it, then you might break out, at least on the DIA 205. If it really starts going 210, maybe. But we got to see some really good earnings, guys, in the next couple weeks. Or do we pull back and then make another run towards the middle of the summer when it floats up on light volume or something like that? So we'll see, but technically nothing wrong. A little bit stretched from the 20 on the weekly, so I'd expect a little more of a pullback, but we'll see how it goes. Daily chart, same thing, nothing wrong. You're below the 20 MA, but nothing crazy. Bullish pattern, sideways, a little choppy, sloppy. Got back below. We're holding this low. Let's see if the 50 MA curls up in the price and shoots it up, or does it set up in down here underneath, a little bit bearish to come down. So need a little more evidence. Let's see what happens next week. We did have President Trump. We'll see if he tweets something over the weekend to make something happen. At this point, guys, who knows? So I would put him on your Twitter feed because he can disrupt some sectors like the biotechs. If he starts talking garbage about that, the biotechs are going to come in really, really nice. But it's going to be quick. So, one of those, you got to catch the tweet, the thing tanks, you get out of it as a short and on to the next one. Then let it pile up again because he's going to come out again. Oh my gosh, guys, I enough. IYT. IYT, nothing wrong, back above the 20 MA, above the 50 and the 200 as well. Slightly bearish, but more bullish. Again, we're going to wait for pattern. If this goes sideways above these moving average and this 50 comes up and curls in the price, then it could go higher. I'm thinking, all-time high. Honestly, 175 if it really starts going. If everything starts going, this will start going too. So one day at a time, let's put the pieces of the puzzle together in the next 5 days, next week, and then we'll give it to us on the weekly chart as well to tell us where these things can possibly go. If it's light volume, we'll probably just chop around up and down, and that gives you opportunities there and here and there as well. Weekly chart, IYT, slightly bearish, but still bullish underneath the MAs, stretched a little bit, so you got to keep an eye on the 20 MA. And price, when it starts getting, $10, $15 away when it was up here and the 20 MA was down in here, eventually it's got to come in and touch it, whether this curls up in the price or this comes down in the price. That's what you have to watch for. So if it does go back in double top, if you're not short this IYT, start adding up in this area all the way to 175, 176 possibly. If you are short, just keep holding. We'll get that one moved down. And honestly, the markets aren't that great right now. I mean, they're good, but not where they're really giving us a lot every day and, like they used to years ago. But you can find trades out there, guys, if you hunt for them hard enough. USO, we do a lot of live stuff intraday too, or we're going to, guys, where we'll be doing some scalping, looking for swing trades, all that good stuff. So sign up for my website. So, all right. USO above the trend line. We've been talking about this one for, almost, it's going to be going on 2 months now. And see how it's just chopping and chopping and chopping. And then the 20 moving average, it's holding. So we're still below the 20. Bullish, you need to get it above this $12. Go for the 12.50 area. Bearish, needs to come in, fill the gap, get below the 20 or the 50 and the 200 moving average. Then I think you're coming down here into the 618 in this trend line, and possibly an overshoot to this gap fill or the 750 at like 10.17. But if it goes that low, I think 10 bucks is probably in the cards. You have a gap fill down here at 9.86 and then double bottom. So, but one day at a time. Let's see if we come in. I think we'll chop around. They're trying to figure out this output cut and all that good stuff. Spreading the news on the CNBC, the talking heads, all that good stuff. Weekly chart, again, above the MAs, nothing wrong. Just kind of chopping and slopping, in a bullish pattern. I mean, it's still above this. And we are above we're right on top of the 750 retrace. So let's see what happens. We have 382 retrace down in here. We got a lot of support. Either way, we got the pivot, and then that was the 1245, 1250 area too. If we get above that now, gosh, we'd probably go to this pivot here around 1347, right in this area, right where it started breaking down, 1319. So I wouldn't rule it out, guys. It's not a bad stance, but we do have a little bit, just choppy, sloppy I guess you can put a trend line going up too, where it's going in a channel. But you had this one too, which we're watching. See if we can stay above that and keep rolling up. If we can, and it comes back below, then expect lower prices. If this thing really goes, I think we get back to double bottom again. Honestly, we get back down there, $7 area, then I'll be buying oil. I'll be loading up on that stuff. So UUP had a nice pullback. That's been pretty much the story of this one as it's going up on the daily. If you look up, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. This one was a little nicer pullback. But now we have a little shoulder here, a little head here, and let's see if we go up one more time and come back in and get a head and shoulder top. Dollar goes down, oil goes up, gold goes up as well with it. So this will be interesting as the time goes by. Or does it disconnect like it has been? I mean, one day it goes up and the oil goes up, and it does the opposite. So keep an eye on this one as well. WW or the weekly chart, as long as we stay above these pivots here, it's okay. It looks like the 20's curling up on the weekly. Here, I'll open this up a little bit more. But we had a nice pullback. You can't complain. But we had big resistance up here. Had a nice run coming from 24, and you'd expect that. That's kind of normal, kind of like the markets, guys. So watch that on the dollar. And if it does, if you are bullish on the dollar, starts breaking up, then look for the 27.21, and then probably the 28 area, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But let's see if this support can hold here, guys. If this holds, then we're probably going to make the next shoot down, and that will bring oil down and gold down. But that depends on the turbulence of the markets, where oil going to go down and then oil will go up because it's a safe haven play. So you watch for that. Now let's look at the gold. Gold's been holding up pretty good. We do have the 20 MA curling down on the weekly chart, though, so you got to watch out for that. But if we get some nice upward action, it will go through that. I'd say, we'll overshoot like I've been talking about, and probably come in 120. I'm going to say 120 to about 121, maybe 122. And if we get lucky enough, it pushes to 125. And this trend line, that's where I'll probably end up selling half, wait for a pullback, and then possibly get in maybe for the next leg up. But we'll see how this thing goes. Again, they did a nice little curl up here and then sent it down. Are they doing the same thing? Maybe. We did have really good support down here, so I wouldn't rule it out a little higher, but would love to see the 124, 25 area. But I'm thinking we'll most likely get to the 121, and we'll see how it reacts when it hits the 20 MA on the weekly. Daily chart, on the other hand, no problems. We are back above the 20 and the 50 MA. We did confirm up in this area. We did fill the gap, so it did pull back a little bit. Let's see if we chop around like every other pattern. This curls up in the price, and we shoot up into that 121, 122 area, 120. The 200 MA on the dailies at 120.86. So that's what I'm saying. Anywhere up in this area, yeah, you're going to have some resistance coming up. All right, guys. Again, thanks for coming and watching my videos. It's been a long week, had a lot of stuff going on, but I really, really appreciate you guys following me. Follow me on StockTwits as well, Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and sign up for my free membership, guys. It's going to be great, and we'll take it from there. Thanks again. God bless. See you on the charts.